Mendenhall. I hope you're ready to have a good time. A lot of new in the studio today, so we're trying to gather our senses. Today we're talking about a topic that's it's trending in Reddit and a few other places since November. It's just, the conversation is the cost of a OneWheel. Too much? Is it too expensive? All of those things. So we're trying to catch up with all of you in the conversation. We hope you're doing wonderful today. We hope you're enjoying life wherever you're watching. My name is Scott Mendenhall, and I'm joined with a cast of great human beings. One, my lovely wife, Holly Mendenhall, over here to my right. How you doing, baby?
I'm doing really good. Hi, everybody.
You're looking good. Like a new shot for you, actually.
A little bit of a change. I came into the studio today, and it looked a little different than it
GoPro's
had.
gone. No GoPro on you.
I have an actual camera. Thank you very much for all the work you've done.
You're looking good. Like it's not so orangey, not that GoPro color. And then we got Miss Lily, who's pregnant, very pregnant.
Hi, it looks good. I love the pink. I'm such a pink fan.
Nice.
Yeah, like Holly's shot.
That's really
very
good.
bright. I think it's the brightest podcast I watch.
That's really good.
What, ours?
Yeah. Well, I don't really watch a lot of podcasts, but yeah.
Did you watch Casey Neistat's video? He released a kind of a review on the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, yeah.
You watched that. And did you hear him make comments of like, oh, it's blown out kind of deal? The saturation's too high? Yeah. And I watched it. I was like, oh, that's the profile I like. He wants it a little less. I like the bright.
It's bright, yeah.
I like the woo.
It looks good. It looks great.
I like it. It feels
like the pink.
It feels alive. You're just going to be here and have a good time. Welcome to our brand new jerseys as well. Here we go.
Yeah, those are sweet.
Speaking of bright, they debuted at Lemonade Float Fest 3.
What was some of the feedback?
I mean, it's hard to tell if people were like, this is the coolest thing. But most people were like, it's the coolest jersey out there. But it's hard to say if
a lot of people were staring.
Oh, yeah.
Like trying to read
There's
all
a lot
the
to
things.
look at.
There's so much. It's definitely for those that want, like, even us wearing it.
Like, what are you doing in my space? Like,
yeah. Even us wearing it, you see something new every time.
Yeah,
so, because there's so much going on and so many Easter eggs on it. We're stoked on it. And so they're here. If you would like one, this is how it's going to work. You Venmo Holly. That's it.
you can.
$89.
Oh,
That's shipping and handling.
Okay.
And so reserve your order as we have.
Wait, how do we get your Venmo, Holly?
Yeah, do they just look you up?
I mean, they can.
Yeah, you can look. Well, why don't I? Well,
we're gonna test this out. We're doing it live with all of you.
I pay you for a lot of things.
Okay.
But...
Well, that's being. Let's do some housekeeping stuff. We're gonna get to the cost of a OneWheel. Is it too expensive if people loading up? This is a live podcast. Yes, Holly.
Really, what's going to be better is to DM, because I need address, I need size, I need all that kind of stuff.
So. Okay, so slide in Holly's
you are
DM. If you want it early.
Mendenhall-2.
Well, that's so hard to find.
That's your Venmo.
You can DM on Instagram to Holly or myself, and then we'll sort it out, because like Holly said, we need your address, size, and all those things.
But we are getting ready to put in
We have an order going in, so if you want to be in the first round of orders, you need to do that.
Yeah, do it quick.
So we're excited to be able to place that order. They are very lightweight. So you're like, what's the material? This is dry fit material, super, super lightweight. And that was awesome.
Yep.
For racing?
For racing with all your gear on.
Nice.
It was awesome. So
are you worried about getting it dirty, or is that the point?
No, I mean, we raced. They're great. I mean,
from the mother's perspective,
all racers.
They have seemed to wash up pretty good.
Okay, so they got dirty.
Yeah, and that red Texas dirt is some serious stuff.
Yeah.
So it seemed to, from what I was looking at when I did laundry, it was looking all right. So should be fine. But some of you guys ride hard. You're on your own.
No, but it's sweet.
It will look cool if it has some.
For sure. For sure.
Gashes.
I mean, that's kind of the vibe to it anyways. So obviously, if you want it to be nice, order two. We're not going to complain about that.
Order a wear one and a ride one.
The other thing is around here, we have kicked off new YouTube channels. We got to say all this because of housekeeping stuff, because some people are like, what's happening with Scott Mendenhall and Friends? This is Scott Mendenhall and Friends right here. This is where we just talk about and do life together with friends, laugh, Lily being one of those friends, right? And Joey's on here, which Lily used to, remember your nickname when we were used to race, Lil?
Yeah, the funny one.
A funny one, because she would just make people laugh. Somewhere on here that is on here. I don't know where it's at. It could be in the armpit. It says the funny one.
I just saw it.
It's on this side?
It's right there. Yeah, right by your arm.
Okay, so it's the funny one. And then Joey was the athlete.
The athlete.
That's somewhere on here. I don't know where.
Once an athlete, always an athlete.
You have the winner. Somebody saw that at the race. Like, who's the winner?
Who's the winner?
Yeah, I was like, well,
that's you.
Me?
all the kids, when we were standing around, all the kids were like, and pointed at you.
Yeah, I didn't.
So then it was kind of like
yeah, for sure.
It's pretty funny.
But we are changing things here on our just how we're doing stuff. So we have this YouTube channel, not going to change. It's Scott Mendenhall and Friends, doing life with friends, adventures, and all those things. And then we have Scott Mendenhall and Family, which you can look for these all on YouTube if you want. Scott Mendenhall and Family is going to be, and already is starting to be, a family genre on how to raise families and how to combat just all the different things in the world. So go give a subscribe to this. We took a screenshot the day we launched this, so it'd be sweet if you'd go follow that, Scott Mendenhall and Friends. And you can find all the links on this channel as well. And then you have Scott Mendenhall and Faith. This is where we're going to give you conversations about religion and a relationship with Jesus. And so here's the deal. What we know is people not into all of these things. You might be here just for the OneWheels and the adventures. Great, stay here. But if you want some of those added other things, go subscribe to those content daily, falling on those things for the most part. Okay, there's housekeeping stuff. That commercial's over. Subscribe to this
You're
as well.
welcome.
Also, breaking news. As you see right here, I am proud to announce
tell us about that.
Good
I
job.
finally have some version of hardware right
The winner
here.
is living up to his title.
Yeah, well, I got third place.
Question
There's me biting
That's
on a
great.
leather lemon right there.
Those like light up
Yeah.
numbers are cool.
Yeah.
Way better than last year's crates at the Lemonade Flow
Yeah,
Fest.
these-
Remember?
Not
Yeah.
So
sketchy,
upgrade.
very sturdy.
But I'm pretty stoked
That's
I got
so
third.
cool.
Yeah, great job, babe. You did a really good
First
job.
time
racing
in the
through.
trails without a camera or
Just racing.
helping do a race. That was the first time ever. And feel good to be on a podium. Never done that in one wheel, so it's sweet.
You did good.
Don't
well
know.
Done.
I was trying to think, could I do that at Dirt Surfers? Is that possible? We're gonna find out.
You got it.
Dirt Surfers, people. That's
Is
the
that
next
the goal?
Maybe.
to podiums.
Sure.
I would-
It's always the goal.
I would like to, but will I? I don't know. I mean,
I bet you could do it.
it'll be fun. Last year we were gonna try to do some of those things last year, but then Nick got injured, so we couldn't. But this year we'll see what's happening.
Someone says, I've watched you guys since 2020. I've never met any of you guys in person, but I just wanted to say congrats to all the Mendenhall family. I saw Mendenhall all over the place at the results.
Yeah.
Good job, guys. Way to cover the podium.
We did.
Yeah.
We did have a strong showing. The jerseys represented quite well at the standings at the Lemonade Float Fest, which is great. Now, if you're here because you're like, I want to know why is a one wheel too expensive, and you're like, what's all this racing? There's a whole other part of the Onewheel community outside of just commuting and getting around town or just a PEV. People are full sending this stuff racing, and it's awesome. It is so much. If you like motocross, if you like dirt bikes and that style of rally racing or enduros, this is mountain bike racing. This is a sport you're going to want to get involved in. It's a lot of fun. And so that is just a little bit of like, here we cover everything one wheel related, from the actual Future Motion company one wheel to the Vesks to float. We just talk about everything. Float wheels. We just try to keep what's going on in this genre a lot on here and then have great adventures with it. So we're here for it all. We are. And so that said, let's jump into the conversation, because then we're going to do all the podiums. We're going to catch up the ORL standings and stuff up to the date of this podcast.
Nice.
So, Lily, I'm going to start with you. Soon to be a mom in what? August? July.
Maybe.
July. Somewhere at the end of July.
Could be June.
Every
I don't know.
time you
I don't know how
talk
that
to
works.
Lily about anything pregnancy, she's like, well,
I don't
maybe.
know, it
I've never
could
done
be.
it before.
I've never
Might be
done this
any
before.
other way.
Yeah,
My due
like
date
you've
is
got
July
a due date.
31st. July
Due date's
31st.
July.
Which I heard was Harry Potter's birthday.
Good chance.
Did
she'll
you
be
not
in
know that?
August.
You're not a
No.
Potter fan. Let's not.
I didn't read the books. People who
Oh.
read the books apparently
would
know
that.
this.
Well, let's
Oh.
not land on that date then. Let's have like
Well, no, that would be awesome.
I think in our house it would be they're voting for
July 26th.
July 26th, which is
That
historic.
too would be very special.
She podium. She won her
That'd
age
She
bracket.
could have her own birthday buddy and it'd be a girl. That's so
and then
fun.
Epic is wanting you to go long into the 13th.
August 13th,
Yeah.
I will say no to that. Actually, wasn't Rev 2 weeks late?
And he was my number 8. He
Yeah.
was 2 weeks late.
I
So-
would be so surprised, but I guess I don't know. I've never done
My
this
You've
before.
never done it before. Shocker.
First one was almost 2 weeks late.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah, it's okay. We did
Anyways.
find out that a big, strong contender for the name of her little girl is Ray. Found out that you're a big super or
Ray,
Star Wars fan.
Ray is a cool name.
Yeah.
You want to know? I watched this documentary. This
Oh.
is so random.
Yeah, this
but what's the guy who's the stormtrooper in that movie? Finn.
That's not his real
he
name.
He got
That's-
the part and got in a cab and told the cab driver because he was so excited, but he wasn't supposed to share it.
Yeah.
With anyone. Yeah, there's a new documentary out on Apple TV.
Apple TV, because
Nice.
it's,
Yeah.
you know why?
It's called The First Name on the Call Sheet or something like that.
Okay.
It was good.
Well, but it's
Is there a
because
new
May
one
4th
coming
is
out?
rolling around.
Yeah. Oh. May the
Guys,
Fourth
That
all
they're
over.
talking about it.
Yeah, May 4th.
May 4th.
May
Sure.
4th. May the 4th be with you.
Yeah, I like the name Ray.
Okay, Ray's a strong contender. Every week we get a new name. So Ray
That's
is.
the first one I've liked of your suggestions.
What?
Like,
No.
actually liked.
Oh, man.
You
you've
said
told me-
Annie and Sophia.
Yeah, there's
like
a real
those.
legitimate
Those are
names
too
of
soft.
humans. Soft, too soft. Ray strong.
Well, I like you if that's your name, but
Yeah. But you're
I'm
done.
not that soft, so we need to
You need the name
needs
to be
match well.
Okay, interesting. Okay, write in the chat because this is live. If you're with us live, if you're watching later in the day, it takes about between 6 to 24 hours for the chat to load up. So if you're watching on a Wednesday at 5 o'clock, you might not get the chat. Put in there, do you think OneWheels are overpriced? And maybe you need to be refreshed because you're like, well, what are they going for right now? Well, listen, we're going to put the cost of Future Motion's OneWheels. This is the Godfather company that made OneWheel possible. I know some of you would like to argue that, but we're going to land there. Here is the image of all current OneWheels of April, what? What is today's date?
9th.
9th. April 9th. I had a panic attack there for a second. I just thought you guys were going to tell me like the 15th, and I would have missed my sister's birthday. Because it's the 13th.
Okay.
Is this Sunday the 13th?
Yes.
This Sunday's 13th.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it?
Just filing away. All right, let's slap that picture up there. Here is all of, you have
A lot of
the
choices.
XR Classic, you have the S Series, the GT, the Pint S, the Pint X, and the Pint, folks. All smack dab in front of your face, okay? So you can see the cost of them. Obviously, the GTS is the granddaddy of them all at $2,900. Okay?
Has that been the price the whole time?
No, they started out a couple $100 more.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was over $3,000.
Yeah. So it's dropped.
Oh yeah, 32.
GTs are currently on sale. So you can get those cheaper than normal. But here's your cost. So Lily, let's just ask this question. We're gonna quiz you as a new mom to be. Okay. The Pint
Good face.
the Pint being the entry level. Let's say you've got a 4-year-old and little Ray comes to you and she wants to ride because you ride and you're like, I'm gonna get you a Pint.
Yeah.
$750 is the buy-in for you to buy your sweet little daughter
4-year-old
princess.
Yeah.
Too expensive.
That's expensive.
Too much though.
Can't guarantee that she's gonna love it. And keep
That's
riding.
correct.
It's a risk. People do it all the time though.
Yeah,
So
I mean that is part of being a parent. Like you got kids that want to
To
pick
be
up
honest,
an instrument.
I think I would go and pay double and get the Pint X. Wait, what was that? What,
we just-
what's the
okay,
new
this'll
one?
be
Pint
interesting.
S?
The Pint S
Because
is.
I
the
know
newest.
I would like that. I don't
Oh.
want a pint.
So if she didn't like.
I
it,
don't
you-
want to be stuck with a pint or stuck trying to
look at
sell
you.
a pint. So I'd
Mom
buy a
hacks
pint.
already, folks, right there.
There you
From
go. There you go. You
that's
heard
genius.
it first.
I applaud that.
Well,
That's good parenting
We'll
right
see.
there. Good parenting. Okay.
it's a
Okay.
heck.
So, but again, answer the question. $750.
Is it too much?
Too much?
I think it's too much if you can't guarantee that the kid will like it.
But you can't guarantee it.
Can't guarantee it at all. That's why I
Right.
would go with the Pint S.
Okay, but let's say let's just okay.
They
let's,
already like one wheel.
Yeah, because you've been riding your GT and you're wanting to go. Is $750 too much? Man, you're really thinking about this.
I don't know. I've never bought a gift for a 4-year-old.
I understand
know.
the issue.
Is it too much? Well, like the stroller is around that much. So what's the difference?
One is way more enjoyable. The stroller sucks.
Yeah. So, well, in that comparison, I would say it's not too much.
Okay, there you go. That's what we need to do is get some comparisons going on around here. However, you are paying
I have a really
almost the
good
same
comparison.
price for 4 wheels. Now you're only getting 1 wheel. So you're a
I think
3-wheel
it's
ship.
3 wheels, but yeah.
Okay,
Is it 3
I
wheels?
like where you
No,
went
it's 4
there.
wheels. That's a jogger. That's a jogger.
Well, you're 3-wheel short.
What?
With the 1 wheel, you're
Yeah.
3. Okay,
You're wearing her out.
I know.
She's like,
Her body's under
What?
stress building a baby.
Learned
Huh?
a lot.
A human.
A lot in a small period of
Okay,
time.
okay, Holly. What are you saying on this? Is again, we're sitting at the pint level here.
there's all kinds of comparisons that you can do. I mean, if you give up your
Let's
Starbucks.
put that lady on full screen. Like, Let's let her be full
If
of
you
glory here.
if you give up your Starbucks or your Caribou coffee or wherever you go, you know, even if you gave it up a few of the days in a month, you'd gain that back really quickly. So no, not too expensive.
Not too expensive.
You know what I mean? Like you can find it. I think especially one thing to always remember though is it's way more fun when you have somebody else with you. So if you, like it's the only pint that's in your neighborhood or the only one wheel, you gotta find somebody that's gonna go in on this with you because it's way more fun to do it with somebody.
Okay.
A very like the common popular answer is that they are like, too expensive, but they are worth it, which is a great way to put it because they are expensive, but they're worth it.
Yeah, I mean, boy, I just think it's an interesting conversation because people do think they're expensive.
They're expensive. That
But so are like every
is it-
hobby.
Yeah,
I was gonna say like
electric
every
skateboards. What
serious
were
hobby.
the boosted boards? Like it was.
similar pricing.
Holly would probably remember better.
Similar
I
pricing.
mean,
I think you're
the big boosted board that
Oh yeah, 15,
was it? I thought it was
yeah.
a little bit more than that.
maybe 18.
Yeah,
But any hobby you get involved in is gonna be expensive.
hobbies
Well-
are
Like most
expensive.
hobbies, like pickleball. I bet you could
Cheap.
get there, but
But you still have to rent a
hunting-
court
Yeah,
Yeah, but
unless
when
it's
you
outdoor.
when you like and you have to do that all like when you think about that, like you buy super nice pickleball rackets and
Yeah.
they're $400 or $500.
Yeah.
You know, like that's and then you need. I mean, there's all
Okay,
kinds of stuff.
let me ask this question. Actually, who do we think one wheels are for? Are they for a family? Like when you look at a one wheel, is it
I think they
is it
created
built for like here's what I've not done this. Lily gave a face.
I have
but
no idea.
I need you to go to ChatGPT.
GPT. I don't have a login to that.
Well,
But
can't
okay.
you just go? I want somebody to look up what is the AI say a one wheeler looks like,
Okay.
because that would be my guess. Would be what someone would say.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
I
is
was
it-
gonna say
is
I
it-
think when you think of who a one wheel is for, I mean that's. I think there's so many
Okay.
different.
You have a picture?
No.
Oh.
It's ChatGPT.
Oh,
It's,
yeah.
it's the words.
Well, yeah. What's the AskJet? Like, I can get an image made. Go to Canva.
Oh,
You got
okay.
Canva? Can we
Go
do
to-
that, Pro? They'll make an image.
and see if they'll make
Yeah.
an image.
You
or
want
they
an
won't.
AI make an
image made?
image. I want to see what AI would say a one wheeler looks like, and then that would give us like this is who it's marketed to.
Okay.
Because is it young families?
No.
Why?
I don't think
I don't
that's
think
who
so.
it's going to be.
Why?
I don't
Too
think it's gonna be
expensive for a young family?
I mean I think there when you think of the young families and yeah, there's too many other cost of things. And I think in some sense it locks you into this hobby. Whereas like
Yeah.
as opposed to thinking of community sports
Yeah,
like
but hold on, like,
soccer,
I get-
softball.
but- I think we got to make it more personalized because let's just be clear, we have a lot of one wheels.
We do.
We have a shot of look at this shot of
also-
a bunch of our kids, even the thumbnail. But we got a picture in the New Jerseys and stuff, and we have how many racers we have this week? 8 of the
There's
look at
6 racers.
right there's 4 of this young people.
Oh no, 7 racers.
5th one is somewhere around there. But look, we're all rocking one wheels,
Yeah.
GTs, GTSs. There's the whole family to the left of riders in that
who-
thumbnail. So
Yeah, but I would say when you think of,
we're obviously going. It's worth it.
well, for sure, we're saying that it's done multiple things for our family. It's a hobby we all do together. So I do think that's important. That's one thing I was going to say earlier to Lily. Like when you think of what you want to do when little ones get old enough, like this was a hobby we were all going to take up, and
Yeah.
so that's kind of how we saw it. Like maybe you got the new board and gave the old board to somebody else, and you know what I mean. Like we just different ways that we've gone about it, but it's definitely I would say that we're not normal. so
Fair.
like
I
like
understand.
somebody's
I think it's
not
still fun for
necessarily-
families.
I
But
totally
even
think
friends,
it's fun for families
because we have turned around in early on bought a pint for Lily and then Joey and Michaela. We've done a lot of that because we
'Cause you gotta
we
have
want
somebody
to
with you,
spread
yeah.
the stoke of it because it's so there's something about being with your friends, not get the racing out of that and just go. It's so much fun, like just to be with friends and ride.
yeah yes
It one wheels create, and this is any of the PEVs, but OneWheels especially, because they're all terrain, they make adventuring so much easy. That you can go out your door and go on an adventure. And we need more of that for humans. More human-sized adventures. And I just don't think that's happening much in OneWheels. Like for our family, we love adventuring. We love being out on an adventure. So OneWheels fit into that category of like, this is going to create a great adventure. We didn't even buy OneWheels at the beginning to race them. That later on came in to the thing. It was, how do we get these? How do we get them the cheapest we can?
Yeah.
What do we need to do? Because are they too expensive? I do think it's a hobby. I think if you're an archer, if you like to go hunting, Lily, you married a hunter.
Yep.
Is that cheap?
No.
No, friends.
It can. I mean, it can be cheaper than what some people do it for, but
Yeah, but it's the same with any hobby, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could be a hunter that
You could
goes
get-
out your back door and hunts. That's cheaper than spending thousands of dollars to go hunt somewhere
Yeah.
else, right?
Or you could go buy your own land, and that ultimately is cheaper than.
Well, you're not sure they'll have the animals you want, but yeah, you could buy non-name brand bows and arrows,
Right.
For sure.
So, yes, you can find it cheaper and not buy a Future Motion one wheel. But oftentimes when you get the cheap version, you get what you pay for in a sense. And so there's something that is nice about Future Motion. I think, overpriced, underpriced. I think that's always an argument for whatever you're buying. Whatever you're buying. I just think that's just a question. And so I think people when they haven't done the research, when you don't look, let's put that image back up, when you don't go and search it yourself and know why they cost and all the differences, right? If we can have that on the screen, right? When you look at this, you see the progression of costs. Oh, there's an entry level. Oh, there's a mid-range, the S's and X's. Okay, if I need distance, there's the GT. Oh, if I want the king of them all the power, torque, okay, that's the GTS. And then, if I want a board that's a good cruiser with state-of-the-art performance, okay, the XRC or the XR Classic, awesome. You can see the progression of the cost and you understand that it's not too much. But when you're talking to me, right, and I'm on the GTS and somebody goes, how much does that cost? And you tell them $3,000, they're like, yikes! Because they don't get the progression.
They don't understand. That's very, very true.
The first person purchasing that's never rode a board, you might point them to a GTS because you're like, oh, it's got the most power and torque, and in your opinion, the safest one, and yada, yada, yada. But at the end of the day, the $3,000 buy-in is like, oh, that's not worth it. Because then what do? What do you think the next step is? You hear the cost, and then what do they look at the board and go, what?
What does it do?
What does it do? Okay, that's fair. I'll give you that. But what else? What else would be one of the big hang-ups?
Does it break?
What's it?
Not the cost. What's next?
The warranty?
The warranty. I don't think those are the problem. And I mean, break.
Is it safe?
Is it safe? I think they look at it and go, can I ride this? Am I going to fall off this thing?
I think people assume that they can't ride it.
Right.
Yeah, that it's not safe for them.
Correct.
Safe for you, but not me.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have that kind of balance. I don't have this. And it is pretty intuitive once you get on the board and get going. I think that is...
I mean, if I can stay upright, anybody can do it. I promise you that.
So I think the barrier, I think there is, for one wheel, Future Motion, really, they've got to figure out how to lessen the barrier. And I think they do that with their demos and let people ride these things and go, oh, they're not that. They're not dangerous. It's really the consumer that makes them dangerous, not the actual one wheel, especially in 2025. They've gone through some things and made them safer, haptic buzz and more battery power and things of that nature. And so those things have made these things way more safe. And so it's not a safety issue, but that's a hurdle for everybody to get in on. And I'm sure Future Motion racks their brains on how do we make these more approachable. Lily, did we ever get an image pulled up?
Yeah, but it's not.
Not a real one wheel?
No, I think the Chat GPT is better.
Why would we get?
Well, it's a description of who a one wheel was made for.
And what did it say?
It says...
What did ChatGPT said this?
GPT, yeah.
Yeah, what did it say?
A one wheel is for anyone who enjoys outdoor activities, adventure, and personal transportation with a bit of thrill. It's a versatile ride, but it's most popular among people who... And then it lists an explanation of skateboarders and surfers, commuters, tech enthusiasts, adventure seekers, and fitness buffs. And it even asked me if I would be interested in trying one, which I wonder what happens if I say
click
yes.
it. Oh, that's interesting. Would you be? Oh.
We have a great comment. This is from Kevin Bowling that he was saying, like, is OneWheels, are they worth it? He says, yes, so worth it. We get outdoors more
Right.
often and visit more places that we normally wouldn't have.
Yes.
It's a lifestyle for us now. Also nice when you're having a bad day to just get out there and ride. Mm-hmm. Which is, I mean, when you think of those aspects of it, like, we have gone to more places than we ever thought. You know, it made
Right.
it worth it because it was like a dual purpose, like, oh, we're going to one wheel and we get to see all these other places.
And there's so much. Like, it's so hard to quantify. Okay, it costs this. And we love it as a family because it's really, we decided, hey, this is something that everybody can do at their level.
Right.
Even our 4-year-old, 5-year-old, what is he?
He rides with me,
Is he 5? He rides. Like, he's out riding. This is his first year getting out on the back roads where we live, and we just are all riding around. And it's everybody rides at their own level. It's a family thing. So to me, it all of a sudden becomes
worth it.
a no-brainer. So we've had to buy used boards to make sure, right? People look at, oh, you have all these boards. It's like, you don't know the story how we got those.
Yeah.
But we're buying used boards. We're handing down boards just like you do clothes and all these things. But it's allowing us to go on adventures as a family, as Lily is just exploring the space over there.
I dropped Jesus.
Yeah, I never drop Jesus. You always got to pick him back up. But it's not really Jesus.
No, I'll get him.
It's the Dirt Surfers statue or the Great Passion Play. Jesus, no, look, Lily's being clever. He's sitting on the desk right now.
Where's Jesus?
Oh, my goodness. Yep, there you go. Oh, he's in her pocket,
Jesus
guys.
in my pocket.
This is great. This is free entertainment, everybody. That's the great thing about Scott Mendenhall and Friends. We give you entertainment. Jesus in a pocket right there.
Take them with you everywhere you go. There you go.
$20 if I do this for the rest of the night.
$20?
No.
Yeah.
No.
But you can't take it. No, $20 all night. I know what you got to do tonight. $20.
No, Holly said no.
Cheap. That's fine. I'll take it out of the kids'
taking-
allowance.
Kids' allowance.
Yeah, $20.
man.
Can't take them off for nothing.
I shouldn't have said that.
$20. You want? I'll up it even.
Okay.
I'll buy a pint for your daughter.
No.
No.
You. That's crazy.
I'll give you
Yeah,
a
I'll
pint.
give you a pint.
Yeah, we
That's
have
right,
enough
that's
pints
right.
sitting
We have
around. I mean, that's my first pint right there on Lily's shot. That's my first pint. We got to hear.
Sweet.
Remember how stoked we were off for that thing?
Yeah.
That thing, yeah, it's awesome. It still
When was
runs.
the last time it was turned on?
I remember
In the winter, I ride it when
I remember-
it's slushy or sketchy to be outside because of weather. I ride that because it's like
Oh yeah.
if it gets
Yeah.
if it gets wet.
I
oh well.
remember we
Right,
did
it's a
a
tester.
race with
Yeah.
those. We did like a
Yeah.
like a dual team.
We used to mob those things,
and I was on your team that race, and
we didn't win.
I was.
And you
we
rode
should,
the pint.
I won my section. I won.
Didn't
won
you
my
ride
pint.
a different device?
You had to ride the pint,
Oh.
Yeah, we just switched off the.
and then
Oh, and we had like a
switched-
noob with us.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Holly
it
was
was
the
one of
noob.
you guys and one of the noobs, and
Yeah.
That was a
I
great
won my
race.
section. I don't know what happened
And
to
there
you,
were like
but
so many people there. Yeah. That was
It was-
fun.
Yeah, our neighborhood.
But the pint was sketchy
Crazy.
to me at first, but it was.
The tire is squirrely.
It's
Yeah,
great
it
for a
is.
4-year-old.
Yeah, because it's so
They're
nimble.
low to the ground, and they can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's so good.
yeah,
So
it's good. I had a conversation with somebody at Lemonade Float Fest that
Yeah?
they feel they have a GTS, they race, they're all very involved, but their favorite board is the pint.
yeah, there seems to.
Pint
But,
S, whatever.
but
Pint.
to be honest with you, I don't know how many
is
people
fun.
were at the Lemonade Float Fest, but it was so awesome. We should have put all the pictures we snapped down there. The Lemonade Float Fest
guys
team,
did an awesome
so
job.
good
Yeah,
at
it's
it.
so
It was
cool.
so much fun for the family, the racing, but it was packed.
It
And you
was.
saw every kind of board there. You saw a lot of pint. I mean,
Yeah.
pint
Oh,
X's.
tons
and
of pints
Somebody was
everywhere.
like, "I'm more comfortable in this, so I'm racing
This is
my
what I'm
pint."
racing. Which
it
was
was-
awesome. Like,
Yeah,
if-
so like even the pint, like I get people that they crap on the pint, and it's fine if it's not for you, but it
that's
is
fine.
for someone. Someone
it's a
likes
great
the
board.
pint.
It's a great board,
It's-
especially with a little bit of the with the pint S.
Yeah,
It's got a little
greatness
bit-
went to a GT. This is the first one of our sons.
Mm-hmm.
He went first race on a GT, which you have more power than the pint, all these things. But he came back saying, I cannot move this board.
It's too big for
The
him.
tire is so large. So what we're going to do, we're going to switch it out, put a small tire on there for him and stuff, get a 5-inch. And so he's going to be able to be more nimble with the power and stuff. But bigger isn't necessarily better in all of this. So I think when you look across the board of it, I think if you go to build a spec'd out to the T of the same thing VESC style board, which for those who are new to this, VESC is an operating system that you can go and build your own board. You can get your own hub, your own stator, rails, and you can start to piece by piece build a one-wheel replica. It would be a VESC style one wheel. You're still going to spend around the same amount. Around, give or take a couple $100. But it's going to be something that you have to build. You have to learn the software. It's just that barrier of entry is bigger now, because now it's not only can I ride this thing, I have to now know how to build this thing or find somebody to build it. If there's a warranty problem, you got no manufacturer to send it back to, right? A lot of things come into that side of thing. So I think it's priced right. I just think anytime you're up against a hobby, hobbies are expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, I love to fish. Now, it's not just a hobby for me. I like to fish to catch food. Dinner. We like to put fish in the freezer and stuff. But to make sure your reels are in good standing, new fishing line every couple years, when you lose your lures or weights and all that stuff. I mean, we just went to Cabela's and Holly's like, yikes! It costs money, folks.
That was just to get us ready for the season.
To get ready to fish.
Yeah.
And it was nothing. We didn't go buy anything crazy. No new rods, no reels, nothing. It was just the maintenance and to be able to continue to fish. So I'm answering my own question. Would I love for them to be cheaper? Sure. I love to see that one wheel once in a while comes now and puts the GT for sale. I think that's tremendous. Or when they do the Pint and Pint X's for sales, I think those are great. They typically do a massive sale one time a year, Black Friday. They do it for about, 5-6 days. They really mark them down at that spot. Good jump in, but if you're midsummer and you want it, right, I get the problem with that. It's like, well, that's winter. And where I live, we're in snow. I think they're priced right. Would I love them cheaper? Yeah, who doesn't want a deal? But I do think they're priced right. It's now you working to figure out how to get them for your lifestyle. Again, the Lemonade Float Fest is also doing. Did you know this? I learned this on the way down. Did you know they're doing a cruise?
Did you know that?
A lemonade.
They're going on a cruise. You can take your One Wheels with you on the cruise.
Yeah.
So you guys can check this out at Lemonade Float Co. And
Look it up. It's like $600.
You just click the.
What?
I think it kind of depends on what you choose.
Wait, where my Lemonade
Go to
Float
Lemonade
Co.
Float Co.
website?
Yeah.
Yep. And then you just click on the Lemonade Float Cruise. They've been talking
I think
about
it's
it
to
for a while.
Costa Rica, and they've got it all
They
set
go to
where
Cozumel.
you get
They're going to Cozumel.
And they already have a setup where they're going to ride all the way around there and get to tour the city on one wheels.
Fun.
So instead of just
Right?
like taking the cruise to and then just like hanging out on the beach, they've got like a ride set up to take your One Wheels. You can't ride on the ship, but you get to ride.
But the
in Cozumel.
fact that I can take my one wheel to another country and
That's
not have to
gonna be
figure out how to
awesome.
get it there.
That's awesome. That's
I was
awesome.
stoked on it.
Yeah, they would have had to get, permission to bring One Wheels on.
all the
and
things.
stuff.
Yeah,
That's cool.
they've got all of that taken care of for you.
Yes.
All you got to do is sign up and go through
Are
the
you
details
seeing
of
it?
what.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
Now,
that's super fun.
Does it have the cost on it?
Yeah, well, it can be anywhere from $550 to $3,500.
depends
So
on where-
obviously,
Wait, what's the $3,500? Is like I'm getting the presidential suite?
I think it
What-
depends on what room
what-
you get, but that room might be
Wow.
bigger that you can
Yeah.
put more people in it.
Yeah,
you know.
great, yeah.
So I think
I've never
it
been
all
on a
depends.
cruise. One,
No,
that would be a fun cruise to do. I would
super
think.
fun. It's a week long.
Yeah.
Two, I was telling them like, oh, you should come. They're like, you should come. I was like, let me just put. They're like, it'd be a great date night with Holly.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, our kids would love to come. And then like, well, you should bring them. I was like, right. This is a Scot Mendenhall and family problem. Nobody else. And we had the kids, so I don't need any sympathy. I'm just trying to give the filter in which Holly and I look through on all things. Do $600. That's the minimum ticket. $600 times 10. That's all you got to do. It's
We're
like,
gonna
this is
upgrade
a
a couple
no-go.
boards.
That's a no-go, right? Like, it's like, there's no way. It's just not an option. I'm not feeling bad about myself. I don't feel like I'm missing out on something. It's just the filter. Anything times 10.
That's
Anything
just,
times
yes,
10.
that's-
We go to McDonald's. True story. McDonald's. Everybody just gets the cheapest meal. You're walking out of McDonald's to $120 or to $150. We don't do McDonald's because of that. Because and I'm not looking for sympathy, and I'm looking for people to click the give a gift to us. If you want to support the channel, you can do that. But that's not what it's just a real thing for us. 10 people, it costs money. Lily's about to have 3. The first couple years, babies are pretty cheap. Especially if you go cloth diapers. Have you decided, Lily, you doing cloth diapers or regular?
I'm not doing cloth.
Why? It's so much cheaper.
No thanks.
Save
Why?
the
What's
world.
your beef
Save
with
the
that?
planet.
I just don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, it's too much crap. You got to put those cloth things in the toilet and let them. Who wants to do that?
Wow, we
Not
have
me.
really been all over the map today.
That cruise looks like so much fun.
Doesn't
Yeah.
it?
And I don't like cruises, but actually that sounds like fun. A fun thing for the community if you want
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I
there,
think
and
it's
there's a
awesome.
lot of dream behind it. Like, what's it look like to do some of these things and set up a race
Series,
you
ORL
know,
race.
like a whole series that you have to, which would be really fun. That would, I mean, that's what's fun about this community. It's endless. Like these guys are dreaming this up. They're making the steps to make it
Yeah.
happen. Well done.
It's like we came up with the idea long ago. Can you one wheel by every Great Lake? And what we did,
Yeah.
we got an RV and
Super
went to the
fun.
Niagara Falls
Fun
and
trip.
came all the way back. We wanted all Great Lakes in 24 hours. Can you one wheel by them? And then we're like, well, can we paddleboard them as well? Because let's be in the water. So we paddleboard them and rode one wheels right on the shore.
Oh,
It was
that's
so much
fun.
fun. But what was it? Was Scott Mendenhall and friends. We were all in there, hunkered in there. It was so much fun. And so this is a fun community. Whatever you read on Reddit or wherever and poo-poos this, it's just somebody on a rant on their own. I have a feeling they're just negative about life. They're upset that they
Maybe.
actually have to breathe oxygen. And so...
Easy there. Now you sound like somebody that was on Reddit.
No, I'm speaking of the Lily gave me. Apparently, I stepped on some toes because Lily gave me a face.
No,
and
I am thinking
No, I
of
mean,
people
just
that feel
be
bad.
careful.
Sad.
Don't get to where they're at. Egg McMuffins from Ride Rebellion.
That's cute.
Oh yeah! Whoa, wow, thank you.
That
Egg
sounds
McMuffins.
delicious right now.
An Egg
actually.
McMuffin.
Egg
Yeah.
McMuffin.
I love egg.
That is a
sandwiches.
meal. One meal. That
That's-
means we're gonna
that's a-
split. We're cutting it in quarters.
In 10.
Yeah. Quarters upon quarters.
Thank
Anyways,
you.
thank you for
Thank
that.
you
Very
for
kind
that.
of
That's
you.
very kind.
A local Minnesotan there up north. Just
Making sure those kids get breakfast.
Yeah, you're a good man. The last time they got that was last year, and that was first time in 10 years they got it or something like that from McDonald's.
Anyways, enough of our family of 10 troubles.
But that's no, it's not trouble. It's just where we're at. And somebody's gonna go, well, you have all those one wheels. Yet, if you follow this channel, you understand. Even our buying into the pints early on was we were gifted. Right, we've been helped out along the way, which is super. That's why
By
we
lots
love
of
this
people.
This community. Why we love Future Motion. They're so kind. I know that's not everybody's story, and so we're stoked on it. And so, again, to come back, are they too expensive? No. Do they cost too much? No. You're gonna get over the barrier of entry and learn to ride, and you're gonna see a whole new world open up, and you're gonna be able to enjoy riding and going around your town and going potentially to these races. You don't need to show up like Dirt Surfers is happening. It's May 19th, is it?
Woo!
Is it
Yeah.
May 19th?
I believe it is the 17th.
I
isn't
think
it?
19th was last year. I don't know. It's around there. Go to dirtsurfers.com to sign up. But you don't even have to sign up to race. You can just come and enjoy the community. There's
That's
so
right.
much to do. So many
16th through the 18th.
16th through the 18th. There's so many people just riding. You will love it. So come, hang out at Dirt Surfers. And maybe just do the beginner course. The beginner course is such an easy way to...
What?
Can I
What?
do this?
You
Holly
did
got to
it,
try
Holly. You did it.
Holly did it?
My response was
How many
not.
were there again?
This is just, there's 3 stages. This is
Yeah.
such an easy.
We'll see if it's the same as last year.
Yeah, I don't know how they'll do it, but it is so worth it just to be able to see. It was a lot of fun. Like
There
any race that's offering a beginner, which most of them are doing that now, just to give you.
Yeah.
There was a whole group of guys that were at Lemonade Float that had the best time.
Yeah, they were
they didn't even know there was a racing league.
Yeah,
They were just one wheeling around. Like that's just they. Just had a group.
they're from South
Louisiana.
and so their shirt said "slow." They made jerseys and everything, and it was South Louisiana
One
one
wheel.
wheel. OneWheel, that was it. Yeah,
just
it was
SLO.
great.
Yeah, it
And
was
they were the last of the last, and they
some
were
of
just
the
laughing
nicest
their heads
people,
off.
and
That's
they
so
just
fun.
Enjoyable.
had the best time. It was
Yeah.
so fun to see them out there. They never raced before.
I said they were messing around with everybody. They were snowballing everybody.
Yeah,
because
and they
it was
were gonna
like
come
you have your
flying in.
own race jerseys. You had full face helmets on.
I could
They
see
did.
that.
You
They
don't
did.
look like you're slow.
They were
They turned out to be slow.
a really great group of people that
They
were
were
so fun to
If
meet.
they're watching, we applaud you. Thank you for being there.
And we had another couple of guys tell us that they started watching this podcast, got into one-wheeling, and then this was their first time
race,
coming to
yeah.
an event.
And
so
one of
so
those was a
fun.
pint rider.
Yeah, it was a pint rider.
Nice.
A couple of them were pint
So-
riders. Another buddy of theirs was like,
Yeah.
"You gotta come," and so it's worth it. I was gonna say like,
Say it to me.
okay,
Let's go. I want to
just
hear it.
like with any hobby, you have your entry level, whatever you choose, whatever one wheel you're getting into, and then if you're really gonna enjoy it, you got to put a little more effort into it. You're gonna have to get to places. It's just like anything. If you're mountain biking, it's more fun with somebody else. So you're gonna find cooler spots to ride, and that's what the events are so great about, is bringing an opportunity for you to get to places where you're gonna have people that like to do what you do.
That
around.
will teach you how to ride it better and more smooth. All of those things. So, yeah, I think we've put to rest one of those narratives that one wheels are too expensive. They are not. I do suggest, like, here somebody's go, well, then what do I buy? I just buy what you can afford, and understand that just like any hobby, you're gonna buy. Let's go to hunting. You're gonna buy a bow and arrow that you can afford, and understand that if I like this enough, I'm going to upgrade because I want to be able to be better at shooting the things I want to shoot. I was going to use the word kill, but I felt like YouTube would like
Oh, but you
downgrade
did
this.
say it.
I did
Just on its own.
on its own. I didn't put the sentence together. I mean, I was trying to trick AI.
You tricked it.
I did?
Yeah.
You think?
It's like in a pile of codes and letters, and it's like twitching a little.
yeah.
Yeah, help
yeah.
by falling in. I can't get up.
Yeah, did you know this?
That'd be nice. We should have a breach. AI.
We should have a what?
I don't know, like a breach or something, like a glitch in the system where it
Yeah.
doesn't work for like.
A few seconds. Did you
A
know this
while.
though? I never thought about this until. But you have all these different AI stuff, right? Talk about we're going everywhere now. We're
Yeah,
on AI.
right. We really
But you have
are,
all these
guys.
different AI. You have Chat GTPZ.
GPT.
I have no idea. I just put chat and it pops up in
That's
my.
fine. You don't.
Actually, I go ask.
It doesn't really matter.
Okay, but you have that. You have Canva AI. You have
There's
Siri AI.
Yeah.
you have all these. But do you understand this? Do you understand? It's not the same AI. Like, we're dealing with people coding a different kind of AI for everything.
Oh, for
So
sure.
it's only as good as the information we put into AI to behave. I'm just saying. We're getting duped by all these AI personalities.
There's a lot out there.
They're
There's a lot out
mining
there.
my information when people have you ever like, well, let's test this one. I've never tested this. Go to Chat GTPZ and ask them who is Scot Mendenhall.
You sure you want to do
Scot
that?
Mendenhall and friends. Yeah, well, be careful.
Wait, what do you want me to do?
One of those. Is it? Are we even in AI? Are we in a program? Am I
Who knows?
AI? Okay. While she's gonna do that, we are gonna go through the OR. Did it pop up?
Oh, this is crazy. Oh, you might wonder why this is all you're known for, though. Scot Mendenhall is an influential figure in the Onewheel community and the founder of OneWheel Riders, a popular
What?
YouTube channel and platform dedicated to one-wheel riding and adventure. He is well known for his passion for one wheels and his ability to share his knowledge and experiences with fellow riders. Through his channel, Scott provides tips, reviews, and insights into one-wheel products,
This is
helping people
intense.
improve their riding skills and learn more about the one-wheel lifestyle.
I'm turning
Aside-
red in my face.
Aside from his work in the one-wheel world, Scott is a skilled rider who frequently participates in trail riding, carving, and other types of one-wheel adventures. His enthusiasm for this sport, paired with his helpful content, has made him a key figure in the one-wheel community. Did you come across him through one of his videos, or are you looking for more info about him? More info.
Okay, what'd you put
What
in?
is
What'd
it?
Who
you,
is
Why-
Scott
what'd you put?
Mendenhall?
okay, I put who is Scott Mendenhall and friends.
Oh yeah, what's it say?
Scott Mendenhall is a musician and songwriter, but he is likely well known for being a part of the band Scott Mendenhall and Friends. This group, as the name suggests, likely features
What?
Mendenhall alongside a rotating cast of musicians, collaborating on music and performances. They blend a mix of genres.
Wait, hold on. What's that through?
Chat GPT.
It's got
Weird. I mean, it knows. Yeah.
That's creepy. Is it
I gotta
creepy?
do myself.
Oh, now look, we're all going down a deep hole. Let's
man.
hear.
Oh, gosh,
But hold
this
on.
is-
Here would be the question about AI. Can they put Lily Weiner and Arnold together?
I did Arnold, and it's all about OneWheels.
You're in it?
Yeah.
Oh, how do you feel about that?
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
What else would I be known for? I'm not online. I'm not online for anything
Oh, no.
else, really.
I know. I'm not even known for having kids with cool names. Dang.
That's funny. Okay.
Okay. Here we go. We're gonna go. Yes, Holly. What?
You,
Well, are we
Holly,
going
are
to ra-
also a key figure in the Onewheel community.
Look at us. Okay.
Scott,
I love this
like
community.
Scott, Holly has been active on social media platforms such as Instagram and YouTube. It knows your name. Weird.
Weird. That's so.
It's got my own friends.
Creepy.
Our
Ride
world
with us.
is
We'll
so
take you to
weird.
the top, apparently.
Are we going to ORL?
Yeah, well, no. What were you asking a second ago? You were going to go somewhere.
ORL.
Oh. All right, let's do our
I pulled up the.
standings
I
here.
pulled up the rankings.
Okay, ooh, that was me
What?
meowing.
They just posted the lemonade.
Yay.
No, we have that. We have that.
You do?
Oh, ORL? We don't have that.
What
What
are
we're
you
going
on
to do
One
here
Wheel
is
Racing?
ORL standings before Lemonade Float Fest, okay? And we'll kind of explain some things, hopefully, before we log off today. For those that are following it, ORL is the race circuit for OneWheels. This is where if you can collect enough points to make it to the top 12 men, I think it is, or maybe that's women, I can't remember. But you got to be at least top 10 to make it to ORL for the chance to win the cheddar, the cash, the money, because over the last few years, there's been $10,000 up for grabs for the ORL race. So here is the standings after one race, Let It Ride 4, a few weeks ago, just out of Las Vegas. It was a fast course. It was dusty. But here we go. Let's put this up. Here's men. Pro men. Here you go. You got Hayden, Josh, Tyler, Brendan, and Connor. They all are your top 5. I think you get scored top 10 gets the points. I think here are your women. Your top podium women or top 5 women. Here we go. You have Emma, Sarah, Hazel, Laura, and Joanna. Which I got to tell you this. Joanna, we met her
We
and her
officially
husband.
met Joanna.
Yeah.
We have come.
We
across
know of her
multiple
because she's
times.
been in the ORL races before, but we've never, I don't recall. Sorry, Joanna, if you're watching. But met her and her husband. Such a great couple. Could
They were a
sit
lot
and
of
just
fun.
chat with them forever. Laughed. Anyways, they were involved in a game at Lemonade Float Fest, which is called Assassin. Do you remember this game, Lil, last year?
Yeah.
It's where you have to assassinate your individual with the name, shutting off the power button to their one wheel, and they're dead. You take the name of the person they were going to get. So it's a whole weekend thing. It's hilarious to watch everybody trying to creep and be stealthy. And sometimes you forget that that's happening, and you look and go, what is that individual doing on their stomach, like crawling through the tall grass? And they're trying to get to a one wheel to shut it off. So Joanna, she didn't know the name of one of the people she was trying to get. And I said, just ask one of the guys, CJ or Luke, to ask for your person to come to the front. And when they come, then you're going to know who they look like, so you know who it is. So we ask for the participation in those guys, and they help. And somehow Joanna wasn't looking, maybe because of our conversations. But she missed it, and it was hilarious. But at the end of it, she wins the whole thing.
What'd
What'd she win?
She won the assassin. I don't know what they were
I don't know
playing
what
for.
they give away. I
But
think
did
it's
you know
cash
this?
money.
She told me this on Instagram, that the last name was her husband. She had to assassinate her husband.
What?
Yeah, that's so great.
That's so funny.
I thought that was hilarious.
That's funny. That's really funny.
Yeah, so she had to be all stealthy, but also convince him that he wasn't her mark.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, it's
super funny.
pretty funny. So for all of those that didn't know what I was talking about, sorry. But she's in the top 5. That's why it was there. Okay, then we can... is that all the ORL standings we have? I got my notes here. Yeah, that is for Let It Ride. Those are the 2. Now we're going to go to Lemonade. This is what they posted on their Instagram. They break down all 5 categories for ORL. So we're going to start with men. Here are the men winners at Lemonade Float Fest 3. First place, Josh. Second, Jacob. Third, Jonathan Ortiz, who, unfortunately, in extracurricular activities, wrecked, and it seems to have a season-ending injury, which our prayers are with him and his wife. No one wants to see anyone get hurt, but someone like him, of the caliber rider he is, he will be missed. He's very funny, enjoyable guy to be around.
Lots of fun.
I never get to spend enough time with him. because at these races, the pros tend to do what pros need to be doing, being in the trails. So speedy recovery to you. Okay, let's go to women. This is ORL only, right? Zane, Mercedes, and Sarah. They're
Nice
your
job, ladies.
First, second, third, which is wonderful. Zane, however, I think she had gasoline in her one wheel.
She was on fire.
She was flying through trails, beat most of the men in their time.
True story.
It was wild how fast she was going, okay? Absolutely bonkers how fast she was going. It's going to be a fun season to watch her. She's put a lot of work in this off season. Tried to get her on the podcast today, but she's traveling at the moment. Maybe we'll get her on next week to catch up with her. But she's so fast, it's hard to slow her down. Next is the Expert Open. This is ORL standing, so that's why you're getting one. Okay, one name. Because there were other winners, but they were riding Vesks, and you're not going to get ORL points riding a Vesk, okay? Then you also have Clydesdale. These are the men that have some weight to them.
I think we have that.
They are very proud of their 215 and plus
ready
in
to
this
be put up.
They
category,
all have
and
to
they're
ride.
always
They all have
like-
to weigh themselves.
Yeah.
It's hilarious
They're a
to
good
watch.
group of guys.
Here we go. This is the standings of this ORL. Andrew, Sebastian, and Eric.
Nice job,
Good
guys.
job, guys.
Okay.
Well done.
And then we have the Legends. This is, I think, the class for this is 50 plus.
Plus, yeah.
50?
50 plus in the Legends category. And so here are here are your top three winners here. Richard, Tim, and B.
Bill.
Bill, okay, because we have a new conference monitor, but the way I mounted it, I just saw BB-B.
BB8.
Yeah, I might need to
Someone
cut that
says
down.
there's a correction for the ladies, apparently.
There is a correction, which I believe Mercedes is not in
Correct.
the top two there.
For the ORL.
For the ORL. Because, and we were going to speak to that, so thank you for bringing that up. Mercedes and Austin have been at two events, but they were not riding a future motion.
Ooh.
How do you say it? Because they're riding a one wheel built by Future Motion, it is software and
It's
things of
not
that
the
nature.
GTS.
That it's not. They're just working on things for the company.
Cool.
That's all we can say about it. But that is not considered what you can be riding in as a pro. So their points don't count, though they did. She did podium at the event, but got no ORL points. So when we get to the ORL standings, it's going to reflect that Mercedes isn't going to have as many chances. So Emma would do we have the overall standing?
We do.
Because Emma should be in second, I think, because Sarah Meeker should have
Sarah
more points.
Meeker was at both events, so Sarah Meeker's in the lead right now for the ORL rankings with 70 points, and then Emma Stewart is right behind her with 48 points.
And so do we have the top 10 there?
We do have the top 10.
Okay, let's hear. This is breaking news while we are on today. They were not here earlier. Here are your top 10 pro women.
Nice.
That have earned points from two events.
From two events.
Or
maybe one.
Yeah,
They might have
whatever
gone
ones
to
they
one.
were.
Okay, let's hear it.
Sarah Meeker, Emma Stewart, Laura Dobbs, Zane Carter, Joanna Lang, Hazel Bueno, Hannah Klossing, Emma Johnson, Christy Miller, Nikki Martin, and I'm going number 11 because Icon Mendenhall is there.
That's awesome.
So if the RRL rankings
How
were
fun.
complete today, I think Icon makes it.
No, she's at 11. She's at number 11.
How
Wait,
many
what are they
make
taking?
it?
Top 10 for women?
I don't know what they have. I don't think they've announced that last
I
year.
thought they did. I thought they
take
were bringing
14?
2 more this year. I could be wrong
Did they
on that.
bring 14 last year?
I don't remember. We
Well,
could be wrong.
it depends on how many they end up taking, which usually
right.
depends on what the season
And
is.
Legend
so.
would like to know the pro men. Do you know yet, Legend? No.
We
Okay, here we
can-
go. Legend Race Pro as well for the first time. So we got 2 pro one-wheelers in our midst. May we bow to them in respect.
Here we go, and I don't know exactly. Right now, they have like highlighted the top 12 if they were to maybe go to Race for the Rails right now. So, Josh Ledford, Hayden Bowling, Jacob Clay, Tyler Davis, Brandon LaCour, Aaron Kidd, Jonathan Ortiz, Connor Chappell, Colton Pratt, Chabre is it Shoemaker, Taylor Dar, Josh Norzer.
Oh,
I don't know how to
sorry.
pronounce that last name. He's at number 12. Legend Mendenhall, number
Yay!
13.
After one race.
That's
And then it goes
awesome.
on down. There's James Langford, Kyle Hansen, and a few others down.
Cool.
Okay,
Very cool.
There you go.
there's your points for the RRL.
More to come.
Yeah. Legend, how do you feel about that? Decent, he says. Okay, great.
You should be proud.
We are working on a 4th shot in the studio. We'll give you the updated shot of that. It don't look very great at the moment, but here it is.
Under construction.
Under construction. Can we just flash that up there?
Lime green. Lime green what?
What?
Yep,
kidding. I know
there
what
it
that's
is.
from.
That's going to be
I
the
can't even
4th.
believe you showed that.
It's kind of
We
fun.
are expanding, folks.
We're expanding. Okay, you can take that out because it's boring someone at the moment. You could have sat there. You could have jumped over there, but there's no microphone. But it is under construction. Woo! We're stoked about it. Okay.
Nice.
Especially with all the expansions of our YouTube channels and stuff. We got high hopes and exciting things we're going to bring along for the community here and for those that are into one-wheeling that need help raising their kids. We're going to get experts in here and ask them how to raise kids. Holly and I are going to share our experience of raising 8 very different, unique human beings. And so we will give you our pretty much not what we're done right, because it's like pretty much the only thing we have succeeded at is feeding them. Mm-hmm. And then after that, we're going to share all our fails. We have failed our way to parenting, and that's the best way we know how to do it. So that said, I can't think of anything else we got to cover. Did I cover all our notes
Is
today?
our next race dirt surfers? Or is
Yes.
there one in between?
There's our... Oh,
Oak
here,
City.
let's put up... We do have... thank you for saying that. We have ORL races. This is only ORL, okay? So for ranking-wise, here you go. If you
Well,
look
I
to the
can't
season
even see
events, we
that.
got Let It Ride number 4 done, right? Then you have Oak City. I can't
Lemonade
see the date.
I can see it. It's April 24th.
Oh, it's not in order. See how Lemonade Float Fest is
Yeah.
underneath? It should be flipped, I think. I don't know, based on how I would read it. But season events, you can see right there. So,
so Oak City's the 24th to the
Oak
27th.
City and then dirt surfers. And then
Seek and Tread?
so
Yeah.
there's one on the 24th.
Yeah, Oak City Shred Fest is the 24th to 27th.
And where's that one? North
Raleigh,
Carolina?
North Carolina.
nice.
Okay. I'm watching, looking at that going, oh, okay, I got some things to think about there. And then, one thing I really, and we'll have this in a further conversation, and it's too late for this. I would hope that we would see Windman hit the ORL,
I hope so too.
because that's next season. But I would love to see ORL.
Take on that race.
Yeah, because that would allow, especially, and it's a bit, motivation is slightly geared towards us here in the Midwest. It would give you 2 events this year to already get points because they take your top 3. Well, right now, we will have raced. We're going to have a lot of races under our belt, but not for this season. And so it's hard for us to get to all of these races because right now, ORL standing-wise, for those that are counting those points, they need another race to score points in, to give them maximize their chances of being able to get there. Because they only take your top 2 or your top 3 scores. It takes less pressure off of their dirt surfers' performance if they can get another one in there. Does that make sense to everybody? Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
it's a long season. We're just getting started. Okay, Lil, any closing thoughts from you?
Can't wait to see everyone at dirt surfers.
Lily will be there. You'll be able to see the bump on her. It ain't even gonna be a bump anymore. Right now, it's full force showing. You stoked about that, Lil?
Yeah, it's exciting.
Well, are you gonna let people come up and like? Are you gonna wear a
man.
shirt that says "Please don't touch my belly"?
No.
Precious things are growing here. Fragile things are growing.
We had a very interesting comment just come in, and
Yeah,
it's a
what's that?
whole nother topic. It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
whole nother day for
Holly
a
sounds
podcast.
hot on this one. What's
No. I love it. I love it. Thank you for sharing it. Anyone else think they should be testing firmware on their own time and not at races that people pay to attend and compete at?
Oh no, I don't have any problems
No.
with it because they don't take anything from anybody.
It's just like bringing. You can ride whatever board you want.
Yeah,
you can ride whatever you want this year.
That would be like saying the future or those that are riding vests can't do that because vest people are testing stuff out all the time.
For sure. Yeah.
So they would fall in that category. No, I don't think so.
That's what I
That's
said.
an easy answer.
That's what we said.
Easy answer of like, no, they fall in the open category and they're not taking ORL points and they're being. I actually love it. They're getting real world experience.
They even said
which
it.
only will make it better for all of us. They will eventually get that. You know what I mean? Like they're there. They get to see how it stacks up against all the other one wheels and see how it rides in terrain that they don't normally get to. No way. And they get to be there. You get to see them doing it. Come on, that's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I think it's cool. Yeah,
I'm going to applaud that. Take that, AI. See what AI.
And
AI
that's
is
why
going to
it
say
thinks
Scott
it's
Mendenhall
you're
and
a
friends.
musician.
He's an enthusiastical person about One Wheels, and he claps at random.
Yes, he does.
AI is watching.
I think I
Creepy.
think they were pretty clear at the beginning, when even before racing season started, that you could race whatever you wanted, and it just, if it was
You don't get
future
ORL
motion,
points if you do.
You get points. If it wasn't, you don't. So
Yep. That's an
matter-
easy one to.
yeah.
I applaud it. I think it's really cool just to see them tweaking it and watching. I like that. I just
And they
like I
did
watched
that.
Nico. I like watching Nico mess around with his phone,
Yes.
and then his board changes in performance. And he's like,
Yeah.
I like that. I don't like that. It's just cool.
And they did it like within the categories. Remember last year in the races, it was like you had an open category, so you had to stay within that. But now they're letting that in between the categories. Like
Yeah.
the pro, you could be a pro on a Vesk, and
Yeah.
everybody's been asking for head to head.
It's the way the rules are this year, so you can do it.
Yeah.
The rules are allowing this to happen. Now, if the rules get changed, then I'm gonna change the way I see it. But because the rules are what they're saying today, no way, not illegal, not anything. It's like this is what can happen. Maybe next year they're gonna come along and say this can't happen, and that'll be fine for that as well. So. Okay, we could go on and on, but that's a quick, easy answer. I hope everyone's doing great. Subscribe to this YouTube channel for your Scott Mendenhall and Friends adventures and one-wheeling content, all those things. We're excited to be back next week. Maybe we will get one of those pros in here. We want to catch up with Sarah Meeker and see, because she's having a stellar kickoff to the season.
Yeah, she is.
She loves dirt surfers. We're going to find out if she'll be there. That's only going to solidify herself to
she
be
was-
at ORL
that's
this year,
exciting.
which is pretty cool. We've still yet to have some heavy hitters enter the ORL races. Luke Austin, I think Dirt Surfers will be his debut. I think. I could be wrong on that. He's the big tire gang. And so we'll get to see his performances there. And so these are going to be pretty fun seasons to watch here. It's going to be really cool. But me saying that, we'll end with a question and only pick it up next week. If Luke Austin rides at Dirt Surfers, yes, he can win Dirt Surfers on that, but he would not get ORL points. Is that correct?
Say that one more time.
Yeah.
Dirt Surfers, he will show up and he rides his big tire
But it
one wheel Vesk, and he wins the category. He can do that. He could win pro.
He might
Correct.
be going for the 3
that was
Right.
interesting at
thing
Lemonade
with those
the-
races.
The top 3 took Vesk. The top
Right,
3
but they
spots
don't
were
get
Vesk,
ORL
but they don't
points.
get ORL points. So.
Right, but
Still got
you
top
could
spots.
do
That's
the
pretty cool.
thing that makes this very interesting is you can show up at California and do the on-site race qualifier to get in,
Yep.
but no one knows how many spots that is.
Right. We don't have a whole lot of information on that.
If you want to be in ORL race and know that you're there for it, you want the points.
Right.
It's going to be a good season. It's just getting started, baby. It's just getting started. Okay. Thank
Hey.
you, everybody, for watching For Real. It's been a pleasure. Ladies, thank you. Enjoyable to catch up with you and
thank
talk about these
you.
things.
See y'all
Can't wait
next
to
week.
meet baby Ray when she's born. Until then, keep her in there and let she grow healthily. Thank you again for the McDonald's breakfast for one of the 10 of us. We'll let you know which one won it. That's what we'll do. We'll just put it out. Here's what we're going to do with it. We'll put a Scott Mendenhall and Friends family race together, and whoever wins it
Perfect.
gets the McDonald's breakfast.
Super fun.
The rest of us will just watch and eat our rice cake.
That's super fun.
All right, everybody.
Bryce.
Bye.
If you want these jerseys, DM Holly. She'll tell you how to get them. All right. Have a good one, everybody. Adios.